You actually did it. Fortnite. You accidentally killed gaming. Fortnite was released in 2017 by Epic Games. It's primarily known for its Battle Royale mode where 100 players fight to be the last person standing on an ever-shrinking map. The game has attracted hundreds of millions of players worldwide, enjoying its vibrant graphics, frequent updates, and crossover events. Now, before we even get into the rest of this video, I'm gonna need you to strap on your approved condoms, because it's about to be a whole lot of dick riding for Fortnite going on in this video. Foam stars. Mistake? Naked beans. It has no appeal. Right out of the gate, this game released with 3 modes, with only 2 of them being playable at the time. One thing I'm gonna keep hammering home in this video is the strength of any given game's offering. In the case of Fortnite, it had 2 modes originally. Those modes being Battle Royale and Save the World. While Save the World isn't a bad mode, you have to pay in order to play it, meaning not many people played it as much as Battle Royale mode. So I'm mostly gonna focus on that. Now, you may be saying,
wait a minute, I caught you. You just contradicted yourself. How you gonna talk about Foam Stars that had 3 modes at launch when Fortnite only had 1? That's not fair.
and well, yeah, that's true. But if you were paying attention, you would have heard me say that it's about the strength of the mode that matters most, aka quality over quantity. When Fortnite introduced the Battle Royale mode format, it was so new and unheard of at the time that it was instantly intriguing to those who heard about it. It was also easy to digest because it could be explained in 1 sentence. 100 people drop onto a battleground and fight it out to see who's the last one standing. Easy, simple to explain, everybody gets it. Foam Stars, on the other hand, was a game where you, verbally says check notes to indicate the checking of notes, try and stack up more piles of foam to the top than your opponent while also trying to use that very same foam to not kill, but chill them out, so you have more time to stack your foam to the top while they can't stack their foam to the top. Nigga, what? Which sounds cool and all, but if you play the game, you'll quickly realize you're just playing PlayStation Splatoon, and anybody that wants to play Splatoon would just get a Switch and go play Splatoon. If I had to give 1 positive to Foam Stars, because over here we only use negativity to clickbait dickheads, it would be that at least the game doesn't try and nickel and dime you, unlike Multiverses. Mistake? Over-monetization. The number 1 problem with a lot of the suits that control what games get made is that they tend to only look at the piles of money made in microtransactions, but not why those microtransactions make piles of money. Here's what, to somebody who plays games, would be an extremely simple concept. Why the fuck would I buy anything in a game that I don't want to play? And let's say I do want to play the game. If nobody else is playing the game, what the fuck am I buying all this stuff in the game for? To say I bought it? Yeah, alright, nigga. See how your profits dip with that type of philosophy, if you even get it in your first fucking place. The main reason why Fortnite continues to make money is because they don't nickel and dime you for every action that you can do in the game. They don't charge you for any type of XP boosters or things that remove mechanical skill from the game at all whatsoever. Everything that's being sold is purely cosmetic and not designed to give anyone any advantages. The main core gameplay experience of Fortnite doesn't become more unfair the less money and grind time you sink into the game. If you're decently good at the game and never buy a single thing, you have the same chances of winning as somebody who's brought every single purchasable item in Fortnite since it was first possible to purchase anything in Fortnite. Just because you don't nickel and dime people for everything in your game though, doesn't mean it'll succeed automatically. Case in point, Concord did not die, it was killed! Mistake? Price structure. People's brains have been fried by free-to-play games. If you're offering a whole game where you get the whole game and don't have to buy the rest of it, it's weird to them. They don't know what it's like to not be abused by big corporations, so at this point, their expectation is the abuse. And anything that doesn't look like what the abuse that they've been conditioned to think is normal is strange and wrong to them. One of the main dumbass complaints I've seen about Concord is people believe that if the game was free to play, it would have been more successful. And I would argue against this point because the promotional run for Concord barely existed. It only exists through technicalities. The promotional material for Concord that does exist showed more cutscenes than gameplay, meaning nobody knew what the fuck the actual game was about or how it played before it came out. But that's a whole nother video though. Let's get back on track. The main mode of Fortnite is supposed to be Save the World, and that costs about $40, and according to HowLongToBeat.com, takes over 60 hours to beat when just doing the main story. When not playing Save the Mode, there is still a lot of things to do in Fortnite for completely free. On top of that, the things that they don't have locked behind a paywall are strong enough offerings on their own that could make money if locked behind paywalls, which I'm not saying to do that. We're just having a conversation here, and I'm just, speaking and giving examples to prove the points I'm talking about. Creative 2.0 is literally a game engine plugin, meaning people can and have developed entirely new game modes, experiences, or even entire games themselves in Fortnite, which itself is a whole complete game without that included. Let's not also leave out other alternate modes like Rocket Racing, Fortnite Festival, or any of the many in-game concerts that they do. Now don't get me wrong, I thoroughly enjoyed Concord's gameplay, but the amount of things they were offering for $40 is not touching how much Fortnite is offering for free. Now look, I swear to God that I don't dislike Concord yet a fucking again! The mistake this time though, its release date. I feel like the second biggest reason that Concord had no player base was because Sony had the bright ass idea to put this game that they didn't market out in the middle of AAA gaming season. Now, if you're day room when it comes to gaming, let me educate you real fast. Gaming season is at the end of the Gregorian calendar year from September to early December just about, where most AAA games release. I, honestly speaking, don't know why the fuck Sony thought that anybody would play Concord over all the major releases coming out right now, such as Space Marines, Quidditch Champions, NBA 2K25, Astrobot, Star Wars Outlaws, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Black Ops 6, Assassin's Creed, DEI Samurai, Marvel Rivals, etc, etc, etc. Shit, some people would even throw in Power! Mistake? A lack of content! When it comes to games, people like being told what, when, where, how, and why to do things in a game. Power World is an open world monster catching game with a bare bones story. A story that is hard to experience because most of it is contained in notes that you have to find and read all over the island. If most of these niggas wouldn't read their medication and know how many doses they should take in order to not die, then they damn sure ain't finna read no fucking lore notes in a video game. That being said, one of the main weaknesses of Power World is there's no strong overarching motive given within the game for the reason as to why you're catching pals in the first place. There's nothing in the game given to you as a challenge that directly pushes you towards a specified and explained goal. The end goal in Fortnite, for example, is to win a battle royale. That's a simple goal that's easy to understand without much explanation, if any at all. Not everybody who plays monster catching games enjoys catching every single monster. On top of that, a lot of the late game areas for you to explore, such as Oil Rig, offer no real rewards. Even the thing that the game does push you to do, which is beat all the POW bosses, is kind of meaningless. When you finish beating the POW bosses, you don't get some kind of rare item or the ability to make the leaders bend to your will and swear allegiance to you and make it so that all the people of that faction are now passive to you, or give you something like an item or just some type of real benefit for beating them besides, hey guys, I beat the POW boss. The bosses don't even offer much of a mechanical challenge. It's really mostly just a test of typing knowledge and weapon XP, which is fucking boring after a while. I don't want to be a negative Naheem the whole video, so to end it off, let's compare Fortnite to Brawlhalla. Mistakes? Nigga, there ain't none. Now, I'm not gonna say Brawlhalla isn't a flawless game. Because it is, and I'm about to explain why, my nigga. Appeal! If I wanted to explain Brawlhalla in one short sentence, I would describe it as a cross between a platform fighter and a traditional fighter. Another thing that matters heavily when it comes to the appeal of a game is how much the developers care about the game. You wouldn't want to play a multiplayer first game that no one else plays. In regards to that though, don't worry.
To this day,
Brawlhalla still gets massive support from not only Blue Mammoth, but Ubisoft in terms of updates, community events, balance patches, tournaments, etc, etc. Greedy monetization practices. While you can buy characters one by one if you only play a specific few characters, you also have the option to play about an hour worth of matches and have enough currency to buy any given character in the shop. They're all the same price, by the way. Another option that you have is that you can pay $40 and get every character currently in the game and every future character that comes out automatically. Pricing structure. I kind of went into this with the last point, but let me focus in on it a little bit more. It's possible to unlock just about everything in this game besides some collaboration skins with just playing the game. And honestly speaking, the only reason why you can't unlock those with in-game currency is really just licensing fees. Also, on top of that, this game only has two types of in-game currency. One that can purely only be purchased and one that can be earned and purchased. It's a simple system that serves both the player and the company in meeting a happy medium that appeases everybody. Release date. Brawlhalla, a game that is not connected to any previously known franchise, released in April 2014. April is around the start of the summer season in gaming. This part of the year usually gets neglected because rarely do major games release in the middle of the year. This means that the game had a lot of room to breathe and be seen due to the fact that the competition was either already out or just starting their promotional runs. Counter it. Besides the main 1v1 and 2v2 battle modes that Brawlhalla has, there are a plethora of side modes to play that mix up the formula, such as Snow Brawl, Beach Brawl, Dodge Bomb, Bombsketball, Brawl Ball, Horde, KO Mania, and a whole bunch of other modes I'm too lazy to list. Basically, all I'm saying is when you're making a game, whether it's live service or not, the first thing you should do is focus on fun first and foremost. That's why even though I didn't paint Power World in the greatest light earlier in this video, it's still in the running for my top 5 games of this year. In this particular video on the screen, I talk about why Power World is 100 times better than Pokemon.